Hi everyone, welcome to your 0.4 video. This video is going to be about using technology in English class and in school. And our learning target is I will understand how to use technology tools effectively and ethically. So right now you should have your packet open to 0.4. You should have a pen or a pencil because we're going to be taking some notes as we watch this video. So we know modern technology provides us with so many powerful tools, and they can help us in the classroom or at our jobs or in our life. But in order to take full advantage of technology, we need to understand two main things. And that's how do you effectively use this tool and how do you ethically use this tool. So we're going to talk about what these two words mean throughout this video. The first question is, how do I effectively use this tool? Using a tool effectively means you understand how to get it to do what you want it to do. You can use a tool if you only know basic skills, but you can get so much more out of that tool if you learn more and you have more advanced skills. So let's think about driving, for example. You can drive a car effectively if you understand only the basics, like turning the car on, starting the engine, accelerating, and braking, right? But you are going to be so much more of an effective driver if you understand how to interpret road signs, like you know to stop at a stop sign, right? And you're going to be an even more effective driver if you learn some basic like car repair and maintenance skills. So the more skills we learn, the more effective we will be at something, right? And so we need to know how to effectively use technology as well. The second thing we're looking at is how do I ethically use this tool? So using a tool ethically means you understand your responsibilities when you're using the tool, and you can use it to support yourself without harming yourself or others. If we think about driving, in order to be an ethical driver, you need to know how to keep yourself and others safe, right? So you need to watch where you're driving and pay attention to the road. We also, as drivers, as ethical drivers, need to think about the impacts of our cars on climate change and maybe think about walking or biking when you can, if that's an option. We also obviously shouldn't let our pets or anyone else drive if they don't know how to drive. So being an ethical driver means using the car in a way that's safe for yourself and others. Let's think about a technology tool that we all use every day at school, and that's Schoology, right? So how do you effectively use Schoology as a tool? The basics are that we know how to log in to our Schoology account, we know how to check our classes. The intermediate skills of using Schoology would look like checking your grades or knowing how to send a message to your teachers. The expert level on Schoology would be knowing how to upload audio or video. So maybe you know how to do some of these things already, and maybe some of them you don't know yet. That could be a skill that you want to learn. How do you ethically use Schoology as a tool? So some ways you can ethically use Schoology are regularly checking announcements and deadlines so that you stay on top of your classwork. Using materials and resources to aid or support your learning, so going back and reviewing things that your teachers post. And this is a big one. Don't submit someone else's work as your own because that is cheating and that's plagiarism, right? So that would not be an ethical use of Schoology. All right, the second technology tool that we're going to use a lot at school is Google Docs. And you might have used that in classes before to write an essay or do an assignment. We're going to be using them again this year. The basics of effectively using Schoology looks like knowing how to create a new document, using simple formatting, maybe like changing the font size. An intermediate skill would be knowing how to insert images and links or creating a table to organize your ideas. An expert use of Google Docs would look like adding footnotes or adding bookmarks with quick links. So I'm sure you already know how to do some of these things, and some of them are skills that you could learn to more effectively use Google Docs. How do you ethically use Google Docs as a tool? We can use Google Docs for a lot of different things. It can help us edit our work for grammar and spelling. We can proofread our work for incorrect information. We want to make sure we're using appropriate sharing settings. So that means if we're working on a summative on Google Docs and you're supposed to do it independently by yourself, you shouldn't be sharing that document with your friends or classmates. Again, don't submit someone else's work as your own. That's cheating and plagiarism. You will get a 0 on that assignment. And if you borrow ideas, make sure you give credit to the source by using citations. And that's something we will talk about more in this class as well. So the last thing I want to talk about is AI, or artificial intelligence. This has been making huge advances recently. I'm sure you might have heard of AI such as ChatGPT. So these new tools available, they can be extremely helpful in school and in life, but only if we know how to use them effectively and ethically. So in the next lesson, once you finish this video, you're actually going to be working on a Desmos activity on Schoology, and it's going to be all about ChatGPT and how to use this as a tool effectively and ethically. So make sure you finish the notes for 0.4 in your packet right now, and then you can go ahead and move on to the Desmos activity.